This is the second fiberglass trailer sailor that I've done up. I'm not sure that I want to do another one. Getting the boat on the water is such a long process. And when you get it on the road and you're heading down to the launching ramp, there's just a tremendous sense of excitement. This footage is of our local boat ramp on the Moreton River. But on this trip, we're actually heading down to Bongaree Island, to launch at a place called Bongaree. And then from there, I'll spend a night and sail across to Moreton Island in the morning with Dave. I ended up hooking up to a mooring near Bongaree because I found that with the strong tidal flow, the anchor just wouldn't hold. Short tail shearwaters, which on their way to Tasmania. Once you've navigated the many shoals and sandbars across Moreton Bay itself, you come to the main commercial shipping channel, which is quite near to Moreton Island. This car carrier is travelling at a tremendous rate, even though it didn't seem to be moving at all. Pretty soon we found ourselves anchored off the shallow beach on the shore of Moreton Island. There were many four-wheel drives travelling up and down the beach. The water was just beautifully warm, just perfect for a quick dip before we head down to Tangalooma. There's a really nice camping ground just inland from the beach. It's just north of where the four-wheel drives disembark from the ferry. We've just motored all the way from Bongaree Island across to Moreton Island, and we just chugged along averaging about 4.5 knots, and the little Yummy went beautifully. If you look along the beach here, you can see hundreds of boats. Well, not hundreds, but certainly dozens of boats. There is an artificial reef there, and a very popular place to do some snorkeling. I was very impressed with the little 4 horsepower Yamaha 4-stroke. It pushed her along about 4 to 5 knots, just idling along. But I think we still only used 3 or 4 litres of fuel. It'd be a different matter if you had wind on the nose. I set her up for some serious coastal work up and down southeast Queensland, and put some really good gear in her. But if you've seen my video on Life Disrupted, you'll know that a little wooden boat captured my heartstrings, and I'm now in the middle of a restoration project on Clair de Lune. An older wooden boat is probably a lifetime project, so this may be the last fiberglass boat project that I'll be doing. We had a beautiful broad reach back across Moreton Bay in about 10 to 15 knots. I left Dave at the helm, seeing as he'd just finished his steering certificate, and I could relax and take a few shots as the sun went down in the west over the Glasshouse Mountains. It was getting pretty late in the day by the time we arrived back in the Bribie Passage. We motored up to Bongaree and pulled the boat up up on the shore. Then we wandered 100 metres or so down along the side of the passage to a magnificent little fish and chip shop where Dave shouted us to a seafood basket, one that was hard to beat.